Hi, and welcome back to Bourbon Blind, where the guys drink, we all pick. But tonight, we're going to be switching it up because, as most of all of us know, BTAC was released. And Kyle's been wanting to pit Elijah Craig against George T. Stagg. So tonight, we're going to be doing a flight of, obviously, the four you see in front of you. And so that you guys can see what they're drinking, we have color-coded everything. And I'm also going to color-code each of these labels on the bottles. And so you can see when they're talking about what they like, what they're tasting, what bottle it is. And we're going to find out which one actually is a little bit better. As always, if you like what you see tonight and you're curious a little bit more about the show, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you want to see a bottle on the show, on our usual method of doing the show, feel free to drop me a comment or email me at bourbonblindtasting@gmail.com. I would love to get everyone's bottles on the show. And as always, if you absolutely love us, feel free to visit our Patreon page and see the goodies you can get. Let's get started. So I always like to color code my stuff a little crazy. We're going to do the G's together. And then we're going to do Booker's. And there we have it. Fight's on. Let's see what we end up with.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bourbon Blind. I'm Kyle.
I'm Jason.
We taste whiskey. We don't know what it is. We give it a rating based on what we'd be willing to pay for a bottle without the label and the hype behind it. That being said, today is a little extra special. A couple bottles people have been wanting us to do. Some Stagg, some Elijah Craig, some Bookers, some Four Roses. So we said, hey, these are all barrel proof. Why not make it a flight? As I'm sure Aaron already said, the colors on here correlate to the colors on the bottles. We don't know what those colors are. But that way, while we're talking about a certain color, you guys know exactly what bottle we're referring to. So, I'm excited about this.
Yeah, me too.
Lots of good whiskey!
This level's a little higher than the rest of them. I kind of hope this is the Stagg. But I'm not sure. Oh, that's good.
I kind of feel like we're going to say that on every one. Just smell it and go, oh, that's good. Caramel oak. Definitely
I
some
think
oak
this
in
is
there.
the Four Roses immediately. Not that we're like here to guess what it is.
I was kind of thinking the Bookers, honestly, but I don't know. It does have a little Four Roses-esque in there.
Yep.
Anyway, cheers, guys.
It's very well balanced.
Got a little bit of heat in there. Some cherry, oak, vanilla. I'm going to try number 2. Pink and orange, or pink and green.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Much more mellow on the nose. It's almost more earthy.
It definitely is a lot more oak.
Wow.
Much less heat on this one.
There is. More well balanced.
Yeah, that's a really good whiskey.
Yep.
I like that one. We are going to say that on everyone.
All right, green. Let's do it. Whoa. Different.
A lot more candy-like.
Fruity candy. Oh, this is good. Orange. Orange is almost orangey.
It is citrusy.
It's got a little bit of that citrusy kind of. It's got a little more of that fruity summer fruit, light for summer fruit essence.
It tastes like straight up orange peel.
It does taste like oranges. Wow. That's a little crazy. I'm almost thinking that's the Bookers. But I'm not going to say that.
No, that's the barrel proof.
Oh, that is definitely the barrel proof.
Barrel proof. Yeah.
It's got a little bit of ethanol in there. It's definitely the barrel proof.
Aren't they all barrel proof?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So I wasn't
the Four Roses is right about 120 proof. The Elijah Craig is 133 proof. The Booker's is, I think, right around 127 proof. And the George T. Stagg is 125. 124.9
Is it?
proof. So they're all within about plus or minus 2% alcohol of each other. Should that be right? 3%? So they're all pretty fairly close.
This one didn't taste like it. Pink and green tastes a lot smoother.
It definitely was really, really smooth. It didn't have hardly any note of alcohol, ethanol on it at all.
Oh, I wonder if this is the one that I was sneaking alcohol from you and replacing with water.
That would not surprise me.
Really?
I mean, you're a good friend, sir. All right, I say this time we go from orange to pink.
All right, back the other way.
Yep.
Let's do it. This is the OBSV, right?
Very. The Four Roses. The Four Roses that is in here is an OBSV. I'm not convinced that that's this though.
Seems like we keep trying to guess. That's not what we're really about.
We're not going to guess what this is, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is.
Yeah.
I've been wrong once before. Actually, I was wrong about being wrong. I thought I was wrong and I wasn't. So
I think green is the George T. Stagg. I told you earlier I was going to guess.
it's got some cherry in there. It's got that dark fruit. This is so hard! Alright, pink and green, going back.
Yeah, floral, leather, oak, vanilla. Handles the proof really well.
It does. So, going in for pink.
Wait for me.
Don't leave me behind! That has got so much flavor.
It's got a lot of the flavors that I love. It's got
Like initially
It's
it was
leathery.
really hot, but I think that's just because that was the first one of the bunch.
had to warm up.
You know, but now that we've gone back through the other way, like that's a lot of candy on that. Let's get some crackers. Buttery rich. Do this one more time.
Starting at pink.
Okay. Dude, that is just so good.
It is. I think the nose is a lot better than the taste, but the taste is really good as well.
It is.
The
like,
nose on this is phenomenal.
So good. Pink and green is just so well balanced. This is a flavor bomb. This one, not as much flavor, but it's just like all the notes are there and they're so well balanced.
It tastes like it's just slightly over 100 proof. I mean,
Which is crazy.
It's a very drinkable proof.
Because everything in here is at least 120 proof.
I know.
So you're saying this one's dangerous.
It aged very well.
If you were sitting down with a glass of it, it would not be hard to drink it.
It's just a good bourbon. Everything's good about this one.
Back to green.
I would have to say I like before I move on. I like the pink and the green more than pink, just because there's less burn there. I like the taste better. The nose is great on both of them. Everything that I like, but the taste I have to give the edge to the pink and green.
And this one is, it's a little oaky, not in a bad way, but like it's spent some time in the barrel. We'll put it that way.
I smell sweetness there too.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry
Like a
and
sweet-
oak. Almost no ethanol on the nose of this one.
Actually, no, like you can get in there and
Yeah, there's almost like you took a really good bourbon and just evaporated all the alcohol out, and you can smell everything that was there.
it is a little warm on the palate though, I will say. Like not as much burn as pink, but it's definitely still got some alcohol burn in there.
It coats my mouth like butter, and it's doing the same thing to the glass. This
Alright.
one's very pleasant. I like that one a lot.
Orange.
I don't know what I'm tasting in it. I want to
This-
label these things.
This one's really good.
It's got to be my favorite so far.
This has got a nutty smell, like an orange nut, like almost like a circus.
I don't know what a circus smells like.
Like the boiled peanut and
There's a citrusy candy apple.
Like it's sweet and it's citrusy and peanutty. All right, time to start ranking these. Last to first. So, my pink and green, I'm going to say
So good.
160. What about your green?
What you would pay retail or secondary?
What I would be
Retail.
willing to pay, period.
Okay. Right in there.
I think.
No more than 160. Maybe I would prefer to pay 100 to 120 for this whiskey. That's like a good price.
Oh, that would be ideal.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, how much would I pay is 160.
like tops.
Yeah.
$150.
So my green is right about that 150. My second place. Your second place?
Like I said, it was so close between green and pink and green.
Like I said, like 160, 150. And I guarantee we could taste these tomorrow and probably get different results. Like
Now, if we didn't
so
know,
close.
if we didn't know what the selection was, would we give a completely different rating? Like just starting out, like 100 and
We know they're all barrel proof, so I mean they're all good.
I would always pay more for straight out of the barrel.
Word.
Yeah,
So price on your pink and green?
120.
Ooh, he's going down quick. So pink, we both had third place. I would be in that $120 to $130 price range.
A lot more proof there. A lot more. 80.
Okay. Orange, I'm at probably $90.
There's only a
orange.
couple notes I'm getting here, and they're very floral.
Circus.
Orange, I'm going to give 40 bucks.
For a barrel proof? Damn, son.
You know what? It's a barrel proof, but you're getting all that proof on the nose and the taste.
All right. So, moment of truth. Hold on. Orange sticker is
We got the Bookers.
Booker's. It is. Booker's is orange.
Still a very good bourbon.
It is. But like I said, I got that the peanuts, the circus taste, which Booker's is generally. Jim Beam is pretty nutty in general. So
Very high proof.
what was it? 100.
128.8.
Wow. It actually drank pretty far below that.
It did. Of all of them, I think I tasted more proof on that than the others, but
So
still very good.
we had that as number 4.
Your number 3
Pink.
is Elijah Craig.
Thought so.
I love Elijah Craig.
And it is 133.4 proof. So
So one of you labeled George T.
So that
Stagg as
leaves-
your number 1. One of you labeled Four Roses as your first.
we each have one of these as the winner. We each have one of these as the loser. If you ain't first, you're last.
Kyle, which one do you think is your pink and green?
I think the pink and green is the Four Roses.
And Jason, which one do you think is your pink and green?
I'm going to stick with what I said earlier. I think the green is the George T. Stagg. That's my favorite.
And you both are right. Pink and green goes to Four Roses. Stagg is green.
They were very close.
Which is hilarious
So close.
because the first time you guys tasted, Kyle was like, I think orange is Bookers, and I think the pink and green is Four Roses. And you said, I think the green is George T. Stagg.
The George T. Stagg is the most expensive.
Followed up by Elijah Craig, isn't it?
Hey, what did this go for?
Either
Retail.
Elijah Craig or
65,
Booker's?
I
60?
think.
65?
60?
Yeah.
And George C. Stagg goes for about 125.
$100.
It's usually 100.
Okay. We got this bottle for 146. 136.
100, yeah.
136 and some cents.
And almost impossible to find.
It's very difficult. We camped out for exactly
12 No.
well, I'm not going to say exactly.
14 hours.
14.
Less than 14 hours.
Yeah. Overnight. Until next week, guys. Friday, noon central. Cheers. Drink blind.
Blindly drink.